In this video, we're gonna argue your One Piece hot take. All of these straw hats should have had Haki post-time skip. Look, it's not about the straw hats. It's not about our crew. It's not something like that, okay? It's just about the strong characters, and it's just about how did they even like train in these 2 years gap. The thing is, every member of the straw hats has a job, okay? Brook is the musician. That's it. He doesn't have to be powerful. Nami is the navigator, she don't have to be powerful. And Luffy told them to do that, okay? You just don't have to be strong. So, I get what you're saying, that if our crew is a Yonko crew, we should be like stronger or something like that. But the thing is, like Frank is the shipwright and all that. So every member of the Straw Hats has his own job. But Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, they should be strong as hell, okay? So that's why, yes, they should be strong as hell. The rest of the members, it's not necessarily to be strong as hell, okay? Even Robin, she doesn't even have to be that strong, okay? So yeah, no, I totally disagree with you on that. Sanji's a better written character than Zoro, and it's not even close. Sanji is constantly growing and changing, but Zoro hasn't gotten a real character scene since Thriller Park, and oh my god, I don't know what to say, man. It's just nonsense, okay? It's just nonsense, and sometimes I don't know why some people exaggerate. Yes, I'm gonna say exaggerate. The thing is that a well-written or better-written character, something like that, all of these Straw Hats are a well-written characters, in my opinion, okay? I mean, let's just say the top 5 Straw Hats or the top 6 or something like that. They are super well-written characters, and it's not a debatable thing, okay? So saying that Sanji is a better written character, I don't get it, okay? Yeah, I get that his character development and all that, but should we just start talking about Zoro's character development? Should we start talking about where Zoro in Punk Hazard, when he told Luffy that we're in the Shinsekai, we're in the new world right now? So Luffy, you don't have to mess around. You cannot mess around, or else I'm not even gonna hesitate to take your place and be the leader, okay? And should I talk about the thing when in Water 7, when Usopp decided to leave the crew, what Zoro said to Luffy back then? He told him that it's not a Pirates Games or something like that. If this guy wants to leave the crew, he will not be welcomed again unless he apologizes to you, the captain. Isn't that a well-written character? Or else, I mean, if you mean something else by that, then I don't understand you, honestly, okay? Buggy is more powerful than people think. Look, a lot of people say that, you know. It's just, we don't even know. There's not a single thing given in front of us to describe how powerful Buggy is. We just know that he is the silly clown who always be scared and all that. I don't think that's even a hot take, to be honest. Ignore the voice crack. I don't think that's a hot take. I feel like, yeah, alright, okay, let's just wait and see how strong actually Buggy is. One Piece was at its peak pre-time skip. No, that's just strong, okay? That's just strong. That's a normal development of any story to ever exist in our world, okay? It's just nonsense. We start the story building slowly to the bigger stuff, which is, in that case, the world government, Luffy becoming a Yonko, or defeating a Yonko, or challenging a Yonko, or be as strong as a Yonko, and his crew members finally be strong as hell, because otherwise we're gonna get destroyed by Kuma. And not even Kizaru, because Kizaru was just playing at that point, okay? So we were just gonna be a playable thing by Kuma, so yeah, that just doesn't... I get what you're saying, that it was more fun. And the things that the cliche people used to say, okay, yeah, I get it. Sometimes the pre-time skip feels like more funny, more joyful. I get it, but that's just normal thing to any story, to any developmental story, if I should say, because I mean, pre-time skip was Luffy's crew wasn't on the same level as a normal Chichibukai, but now Luffy by himself defeated the strongest creature in One Piece world. That's just a character development, that's a story development. So yeah, we just gotta move on, okay? Of course we've enjoyed the pre-time skip. It was fun, we were laughing, it was joyful, cheerful, all that. But we gotta move on, man. We just gotta move on. Telma's devil fruit was a plot device. Giving Telma a devil fruit that can control artificial zones was a horrible plot device. It's just lazy storytelling, and I think you're a genius, man. Because I haven't even thought about it. I've never thought about Thomas Devil Fruit being lazy booking. I just love to say booking because it's related to the whole professional wrestling world, but I don't think it's lazy storytelling. I don't know. Look, I don't know if Oda really was planning for Thomas Devil Fruit and everything, but I haven't even thought about it. I've never been thinking that Thomas Devil Fruit and how she uses her powers and how was it lazy storytelling, as you say. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's a hot take, in my opinion, but I think that's just, I don't know, that's your opinion, okay? Kaido was a boring villain. Kaido was a boring villain. He had a huge potential, giving all the mystery and lore behind his character, but it all went absolutely nowhere. You absolute clown, man. Are you just saying that Kaido is a boring villain, man? I'm not gonna even argue with you. I'm just gonna laugh, okay? Fights between weaker characters are more exciting. Look, I don't know. I feel like I wanna agree with you here. I don't know, but okay, let's just ignore everything. Now let's get to the real stuff. Okay, let's get into every arc. Luffy versus Crocodile. Was Mr. 4 versus Usopp better fight than Luffy's fight with Crocodile? No. Was Nami's fight with that blue hair girl, was it better than Luffy's fight with Crocodile? No. Alright, let's just ignore Skype because Luffy's fight with Enel wasn't that. Alright, let's just move to Enies Lobby. Was Rob Lucci's fight with Luffy, was like, let's say, Nami's fight with that soup girl, was it better than Luffy versus Rob Lucci? No. Was Zoro's fight, or let's just not say Zoro is weak or something like that. Let's just talk about Chopper's fight. Chopper's fight was boring as hell. Let's just talk about Frankie's fight in Enies Lobby. Frankie's fight with that, I don't know, Zeb guy, I think, it wasn't better. So let's just move on to what? Let's just move to, there's Rosa. Is there any better fight than Luffy versus the Flamingo? No. Let's just move to Whole Cake Island. Is there any fight that was better than Luffy versus Katakuri? No. Move to Wano. Is there a fight that better than Luffy versus Kaido? No. So I think you're wrong, but I totally get your point because yeah, sometimes I feel like the weak characters, sometimes they be fighting with no aura. So it's just simple, classic, sometimes with the sound effects and all that, it just makes you feel like this fight is really awesome and it's really fun, and I totally understand your point, but yeah, I disagree. Ace had no reason to die. He got himself killed over pride and wasted everyone's efforts and lives. But I don't know, man, that's just a huge argument. I don't know, I think everybody was talking about it for a long time now. What was it like? I think Marineford was like 12 years ago or something. So I don't know, yeah, I somewhat agree with you on that, but you just cannot blame him, okay? Everybody was suffering because of him, everybody was dying because of him, and everybody was just getting the shit out of him because of Ace. But he gotta get his revenge, man, you know what I'm saying? So he gotta save his brother, he gotta save his pride, he gotta save Whitebeard's pride. So I understand Ace's perspective, in my opinion. I don't think that, yeah, I feel like you should have gotten the Viva card Luffy. I think he was just saving Luffy at that point. So I don't know, man, I don't know. I think that was just a long time ago, and I don't think we should be arguing about it because Ace is dead and we cannot do anything about it. Characters don't die. I like that characters don't die. I especially like that Bound didn't die and he got to reunite with his daughter. I thought that you were just gonna be saying that you don't like the characters that they don't actually die in One Piece, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I should agree with you on that or not. It's just, look, sometimes you cannot make it that, like, in general, that I don't like characters to die, or like I don't like characters that they don't die, okay? Sometimes it's just in your own perspective. Sometimes you feel like, yeah, Ace had to be dead, and Whitebeard had to be dead, and Odin, and all these characters. But sometimes the other characters, yeah, they shouldn't be dead, I guess. But let's just talk about, on that case, the Pound case, that he didn't actually die. He should have been dead, I guess, because it was emotional. His moment was emotional. Oh my god, he's dead. We didn't didn't actually care about his character. But his death made us feel emotional. And then guess what? Again, Oda Sensei decided to not kill his character. And I totally respect that. I totally get it. It's fine. But again, I thought that you're just gonna say that I don't like that characters in One Piece don't die, because I've never heard about anybody saying the same thing that you said right now, that a lot of people say that I don't like the characters that don't actually die in One Piece. So I don't know. One Piece fights get boring because you know that no matter what, Luffy will win, and they go on for too long. No, I think I gotta disagree with you on that, because just watch Bleach and I think you're gonna understand my perspective, because there is a character development, there's a strength development. Oda Sensei gotta make it reasonable, gotta make it make sense that how Luffy is gonna defeat his enemy or the villain that in front of him or that and all that. But the thing is, I feel like it gotta be, some of the fights gotta be too long. I understand sometimes, like let's just say Luffy versus the Flamingo, when the Gear 4 went out and Luffy was just, they were carrying Luffy for 10 minutes and they were just wasting time. Yeah, you can do that. You can just tell us that Luffy was gone for 10 minutes and we gotta get back. But I think Oda Sensei wants us to feel the suffering that Luffy was feeling and his allies and all of that. So sometimes I just understand it, because One Piece is too long. So the main thing, the crucial thing in One Piece is the fights. So if One Piece is too long, the fights gotta be too long, especially on the fights, the crucial fights, the main fights. Luffy versus Lucci, Luffy versus Doflamingo, Luffy versus Kaido, etc. So no, I disagree with you on that, because like I said, One Piece is too long, so the fights gotta be too long to make it reasonable, make it make sense that how Luffy defeated that villain or defeated that guy who was there, a Yonko, for 40 years or something like that. So this guy has been conquering the world for like 40 years, and then Luffy, that kid, that weird kid, came to Wano or came to Dressrosa and defeated that guy. Simply, it wouldn't just make sense. And that's one of the reasons, I mean, I love Bleach, but that's one of the reasons that sometimes I feel like I don't have a connection between me and Kurosaki Ichigo. So that was your One Piece hot takes. Get out of here.